Stop everything you are doing right now. Aries, listen to me very carefully. You didn't click on this video by chance, and the algorithm didn't bring you here by mistake. The very energy of the cycle you just entered demanded that you hear this. I can feel the profound shift happening in your field, the sheer disbelief that things are actually finally moving after so long. But before you celebrate this unbelievable transformation, there is a hidden layer behind this breakthrough that you desperately need to see. The visible pain is the exhaustion of having pushed against a brick wall for so long, and the lingering fear that this sudden transformation might just be another illusion that will crash at the last second. For years, the heavy pavement of spiritual envy was poured over you to keep you buried in the dark. But they forgot that your Aries fire is the very root that shatters stone when the season turns. You will discover why the heavy resistance you felt for years was never your fault. You will understand exactly what is triggering this unbelievable transformation in your life right now. You will learn how to recognize the invisible spiritual envy that tried to keep you small and stagnant. You will receive the exact tools to protect this new reality from the eyes that never wanted to see you win. And before this message closes, I will say one sentence about your life that you will carry with you for the next few months. Have you ever felt that sudden jarring feeling in your chest when everything finally starts going right? As if you are bracing for an invisible impact. As if something deep within you believes you aren't allowed to experience a massive transformation without paying a terrible price. And what if this sudden fear of losing everything isn't anxiety, but a sign that the universe is trying to show you the spiritual envy that still surrounds your unbelievable breakthrough? Because while many desperately chase after any scrap of good luck, few realize that a sudden, massive transformation can carry the weight of hidden eyes, a silent spiritual drain, and an invisible siege that hasn't been fully broken yet. But what if the great breakthrough is in this revelation that you haven't been able to apply yet? Now think with me. Why does everything stall in my life right when it is about to work out? Every time you had to hide your smile to keep the peace, every backhanded compliment you swallowed, every sudden exhaustion after sharing your dreams, every friend who went quiet when you started winning, and this constant feeling of needing to apologize for your own light. What if all of these are signs of a spiritual envy you have ignored for too long? It was searching for answers to this that I found this digital book called The Great Secret Behind the Spiritual Envy Against the Sign of Aries. This book is not just a read. It is a revelation created for Aries who desire to understand exactly where this envious energy is coming from, shatter the invisible ties of spiritual sabotage armor, your new reality, so you can expand without the fear of being pulled back down. Many Aries already feel they need to protect themselves from this energy surrounding them, but haven't yet made the decision to download the digital book. Download it right now. It is available in the first pinned comment. But pay attention. The access could be taken down at any moment. It reveals reflections, hidden signs, and directions that can transform your entire path. Do not wait for this unbelievable transformation to be sabotaged at the finish line to finally seek protection. Click now, download your copy, and discover why the envy that tried to lock you in the dark might be the absolute proof that the universe has prepared an unbelievable transformation that they could never contain. If this first word has already touched something deep inside you, write "My light is mine" down below in the comments. Not for me, but because another Aries who is exactly where you were a year ago needs this message to find them tonight. This path has a map, and it is already within your reach in the first pinned comment. I will return to it shortly. And if for some reason you are not interested or cannot acquire the digital book right now, there is still another door open for you. I do not receive a single cent for any of these messages that I deliver here every single day. Nothing at all. And even so, they keep coming out every day for you and for every Aries who still needs to be reached. If at any moment your heart wishes to give back a little of what you received, there is a voluntary donation link open in the first pinned comment right below the book. Whatever amount fits in your hand today, whatever amount your heart points to, this is what keeps this channel standing. This is what makes the next message reach another Aries tomorrow, exactly as it reached you today. I am waiting for you there, Aries. I haven't even told you the most important thing yet. There are 4 signs that this invisible siege is already acting upon you right now, and you will recognize at least one of them. I want you to take a deep breath and let the noise of the outside world fade for just a second. We are about to touch something very fragile, something you have been carrying entirely on your own. You have been navigating this massive shift, feeling like you are constantly waiting for the other shoe to drop, secretly questioning your own sanity every time you feel the heavy stares of the people around you. Notice how your body reacts to what I'm about to say right now. Because your intuition, that fierce Aries fire, has been trying to warn you, you have been rationalizing the strange, dense energy around you, blaming yourself for being too sensitive or too paranoid when things finally started to align. But the truth is, your body has been keeping score of the spiritual siege, reacting to your expansion. There are 4 distinct signs that this invisible resistance is acting upon your life right at this very moment. The first sign is that strange, heavy silence in the room when you casually mentioned a small victory over coffee yesterday morning. You saw the subtle shift in their eyes, the quick change of subject, the forced smile that didn't quite reach their face. For some of you, this appears as family members who quickly change the subject when you share good news. For others, it's co-workers who suddenly become too busy to collaborate. You called it just an awkward pause, but the universe called it the energetic field, reacting to a light it couldn't control. The second sign happened late last night, in the quiet of your room, when you felt the sudden, overwhelming urge to keep your most exciting news entirely to yourself. You typed out the message, stared at the glowing screen, and then slowly deleted every single word because something deep inside warned you that the space wasn't safe for your joy. You called it an irrational fear of sharing your happiness, but the universe called it a fierce protective instinct. The third sign is the sudden disappearance of certain people who used to check on you every single day, right as things started falling into place this week. Just when your world began to expand, the very individuals who claimed to support you suddenly became distant, too busy, or inexplicably cold. You called it the painful loss of close connections. But the universe called it the natural repelling of energies that fed on your stagnation, a complete clearing of the path. And the fourth sign is that phantom weight lifting off the back of your neck as you woke up 2 days ago, a physical lightness you couldn't explain but felt all the way to your bones. Everything suddenly started moving, massive obstacles dissolving overnight, as if an invisible dam had finally burst under the sheer heat of your Aries flame. You called it a sudden stroke of luck, but the universe called it the collapse of the siege. These 4 signs have a common origin, and it has a name. But before the name, you need something else. There is a path of protection, and I am going to open it right now. Before the name, before the word. Because anyone who carries the weight of this invisible siege needs relief before receiving the final revelation. Stay. And this is exactly where the path of protection opens. The signs that just hit you did not hit you by chance, Aries. They are the undeniable physical manifestation of that cold tension sitting right between your shoulder blades every time you realize your world is actually changing for the better. You know this feeling intimately, don't you? It is that sudden, jarring pause in your breath, that inexplicable drop in your stomach, as if an invisible debt is suddenly being collected by a force you cannot even see. It is as if something deep within your bones believes you aren't allowed to experience a massive, undeniable expansion without paying a terrible, heavy price. You have been calling it imposter syndrome for years. You have been calling it a natural fear of the unknown, trying to rationalize the dread. But what if this sudden instinct to brace for an invisible impact isn't anxiety at all? What if it is a direct, undeniable sign that the universe is trying to show you the remaining spiritual envy that still surrounds your unbelievable breakthrough? I have seen Aries who were exactly where you are right now. Men and women who carried the heat of 1,000 suns in their chests, but constantly dimmed their fire because they felt the invisible, suffocating weight pressing down on their shoulders. They thought they were just unlucky when things inexplicably stalled at the final moment, right at the finish line over and over again. They thought they were just chronically exhausted from pushing against a brick wall that refused to budge. They blamed their own ambition. They blamed their own fiery nature for burning too bright and wanting too much. But what they were actually carrying was a spiritual containment field, an invisible siege built brick by brick by the silent, envious gaze of the people who smiled at them every single day. The very people who wanted your warmth, but absolutely despised your brilliance. The relationships that inexplicably cooled down when you leveled up. The heavy fatigue that hits right after a major victory. The unspoken resentment in the eyes of those you trusted. You cannot afford to drag this parasitic weight into your new cycle. It is not your job to carry the insecurities of those who refuse to grow. It is exactly to cut these invisible cords that the universe is handing you the digital book. The great secret, behind the spiritual envy against the sign of Aries. This digital book is the definitive map you need to understand exactly where this envious energy is coming from. Shatter the invisible ties of spiritual sabotage armor your new reality so you can expand without the fear of being pulled back down. It is the deep energetic clearing your soul has been begging for. Because the ultimate truth you must carry into this new cycle is this: the greatest transformations do not arrive when you learn to fight the dark, but when you stop apologizing for the light that shatters it. And you must arm yourself right now, because this cosmic configuration does not wait for anyone to catch up. Do not underestimate the patience of spiritual envy. Every single day you walk without this path is another microscopic crack in your energy field. Every time you shrink your joy to keep the peace in a room, it is a quiet, open invitation for their silent malice to drain your fire. Every major victory you leave unprotected is another golden opportunity for the invisible siege to rebuild its walls around your life, suffocating the unbelievable breakthrough that is desperately trying to manifest for you right now. You are giving away your sacred light to people who only want to see you trapped in the dark, and you are doing it because nobody ever taught you how to armor your own expansion. The book is available right now in the first pinned comment. Download it while this word is still burning fiercely inside you. Take control of your spiritual borders today. Do not let another day pass without having the complete architectural blueprint of the shattered ceiling, protecting every inch of your new reality. I want you to feel the space above your shoulders once again. That heavy pavement of spiritual envy was poured over you for so long that your muscles actually got used to the crushing weight. You forgot what it feels like to walk without an anchor dragging behind you. But the concrete is already cracking. The sheer, undeniable seed of your Aries fire has already pushed through the cold stone. Do not let anyone pour cement over your roots ever again. You are not here to make the stagnant water comfortable for those who refuse to swim. Your only duty right now is to grow, fiercely and unapologetically, toward the open sky. And as I told you earlier, Aries, besides the digital book that is in the first pinned comment, there is that open voluntary donation link right below the book. I continue to not receive a single cent for every message that goes out from here to you. That is why this link exists, so that another Aries tomorrow finds exactly this message that found you today. Whatever amount your heart points to. Every single gesture like this keeps our channel standing and makes the next message reach who needs it, exactly as it reached you today. What arrives has a shape, and it has a deadline. And now, with the path before you, the name descends. You have been taught to call it a sudden streak of luck. You have been told to treat this undeniable shift in your reality as a random coincidence, an unexpected gift that could vanish just as quickly as it arrived. But that is a lie designed to keep you small. This is not a lucky break. It is not an accident of the calendar. It is the shattered ceiling. The shattered ceiling is the exact moment the accumulated pressure of your authentic fire finally breaks the spiritual containment field constructed by years of silent envy. You have been feeling it for days. A strange, phantom pressure lifting off your life. The sudden realization that doors that were locked for years are swinging wide open without you even turning the handle. This is the timeline the universe has marked for you, a distinct window where the old containment field can no longer hold your frequency. The shattered ceiling is not just a metaphor, it is a literal spiritual event happening in your life right now. This window in time, opening powerfully in the coming weeks, is not bringing you something new. It is finally releasing what was always yours, but was held hostage by the heavy pavement of spiritual envy poured over you by those who wanted you buried in the dark. Imagine a torch plunged into the freezing depths of an ocean. The water expects the fire to extinguish quietly under the crushing, suffocating pressure of the dark. The environment demands that the flame surrender to the cold, to quiet its spark so it will not disturb the calm surface above. But this is an Aries fire. Instead of dying out, it burns hotter. It turns the very water trying to drown it into the furious steam that propels it upward against all odds. For years you were told to accept the cold. You were pressured to make yourself smaller, so the people around you wouldn't feel the chill of their own stagnation. But instead of fading, you boiled the ocean. You did not just survive the pressure, you used the crushing weight of their envy to fuel this unbelievable rise. That is exactly where you are right now, Aries. You are the seed that was buried deep under layers of thick, heavy concrete. For years, they walked over you, thinking your silence meant you were completely defeated. They poured their insecurities over your head to keep you safely out of sight. But they forgot that your fire is the very root that shatters stone when the season turns. The cracks are already showing on the surface. The concrete is giving way, and the moment that root breaks through into the open air is the moment the entire structure collapses. Your emergence is not an apology. It is a reckoning. I saw you delete that message late at night because your intuition warned you the room wasn't safe for your joy. I watched you swallow your pride and hide your own light, just so others would not feel insecure in your presence. I felt the exhaustion in your bones when you carried the weight of a room that secretly wanted you to fail. But I also saw the exact moment you refused to surrender your flame. The siege is broken because I shattered it for you, and now I am commanding this light to be yours alone. There is a man who carried this exact same invisible siege for years. Every time he was on the brink of a major life shift, an inexplicable heavy weight would crash down on his shoulders. The people closest to him would subtly pull away, offering backhanded compliments or suddenly becoming too busy to celebrate his victories. And then, the cycle broke. He didn't confront anyone. He didn't seek revenge or start a loud war. What changed in him was the absolute refusal to shrink his transformation to make others comfortable. When he finally protected his flame in silence, when he stopped apologizing for the sheer size of his breakthrough, the whole world shifted around him. He didn't have to fight the dark. He simply stopped apologizing for the light that shattered it. You are still processing this right now, feeling that sudden, sharp chill of recognition traveling down your spine, as you realize the heavy weight you have been carrying was never yours to bear. The deepest truth is still ahead, and it has your name. To truly understand the magnitude of this shattered ceiling, you must finally look at the role you have been forced to play while buried under the concrete. You have been carrying this invisible weight for so long that your spirit adapted to the pressure, molding your massive energy into shapes that were acceptable to those who secretly wanted you to fail. But now that the stone is cracked and the sky is open, it is time to name exactly who you were forced to be during the long years of the siege. You became the muted pioneer. Aries sees the path before anyone else even knows there is a horizon, rushing forward with a blazing vision that could change everything. But every time you stepped out first, you were met with cold stares and calculated silence, teaching you to swallow your groundbreaking ideas just to avoid the sudden chill in the room. You learned to walk quietly on paths you should have been running on, shrinking your magnificent ambition so others wouldn't feel left behind. Then you became the exhausted warrior. Aries fights. Aries protects. Aries stands in the gap for everyone they love without ever asking for a shield in return. You fought battles that didn't even belong to you, pouring your fierce energy into lifting others up, only to find yourself completely drained and inexplicably alone when it was your turn to need support. You carried the heavy armor for the entire room, convinced that your endless exhaustion was just the price of being strong, never realizing they were secretly siphoning your strength. And eventually you became the hidden sun. You possess a natural, undeniable warmth that draws people in, a radiant light that they desperately want to be near. Yet you quickly learned that the moment your light burned too bright, the very people warming themselves by your fire would try to throw water on it. You began to strategically dim your own glow, apologizing for your joy, softening your victories, and hiding your authentic brilliance just so their shadows wouldn't look so long. Notice your chest right now. Feel the steady, undeniable beat underneath your palm. That is not just a muscle working. That is the core of a fire that simply refused to be extinguished. You survived the pressure of the pioneer, the exhaustion of the warrior, and the confinement of the hidden sun. This heat radiating from you has a name, and it is absolute resilience. You are stepping out of the shadows, not as a survivor of the siege, but as the one who finally shattered the ceiling. But this identity that was just declared over you must be sustained, because the Aries who knows their own value without knowing the siege that surrounds them goes back to carrying heavy stairs that are not theirs. To sustain this pioneer energy, you must hold the map. That is why this digital book exists, the great secret behind the spiritual envy against the sign of Aries. It is available right now in the first pinned comment. This guide is the exact tool you need for sustaining the unbelievable breakthrough that was just declared over your life. You cannot afford to walk into this massive expansion unprotected, carrying the same blind spots, hoping that they will celebrate you, ignoring the silent spiritual drain. Do not wait for the heavy stairs to return before you learn how to shield your breakthrough. Access the digital book now in the first pinned comment and lock in the armor your spirit has been begging for. I promised I would return to this. Before you can fully armor this new reality, you need to know exactly how the invisible siege will try to rebuild itself around you, because I assure you, it will try. I told you the siege would try to rebuild its walls, Aries, and it will not come as a loud, obvious attack. It will come quietly, testing the edges of your new reality to see if you will finally apologize for your own expansion. You must know exactly how this envy operates in the shadows, so you can shut it down before it even enters your field. Here are the 3 tactics the invisible siege will use against you in the coming days, and the exact weapons you will use to destroy them. The first tactic is the seemingly innocent question, designed entirely to make you doubt your new path. You will share a victory or a bold move, and someone will ask a question wrapped in fake concern, but soaked in silent judgment, trying to plant a tiny seed of hesitation in your mind. Your response is the weapon of the blank stare. You will not justify yourself. You will not over-explain your choices. You will simply look them directly in the eyes and let the silence stretch. Let the heavy quiet fill the room until they are forced to hear the echo of their own malice. The envy will starve the second it hits your absolute refusal to engage. The second tactic is the sudden reappearance of someone from your past just as you succeed. Right when your energy peaks, someone who drained your fire years ago will suddenly reach out, pretending nothing ever happened, trying to quietly reattach their invisible cord to your rising momentum. Your response is the weapon of the closed door. You offer a polite greeting, but you grant them absolutely zero access to your inner world. You do not explain your growth to people committed to misunderstanding you. For some of you, this means finally walking away from a friendship that feels like a subtle, endless competition. For others, it means setting a firm, unshakable boundary in a draining family dynamic. The door remains locked, and the envy starves outside. The third tactic is the internal whisper telling you to hide your joy so you don't attract the evil eye. The lingering trauma of the siege will try to convince you that if you shine too brightly today, you will trigger an attack tomorrow, making you want to shrink back into the shadows just to feel safe. Your response is the weapon of silent shining. You do not brag, but you absolutely refuse to dim your light by a single watt to accommodate the comfort of their shadows. You walk into the room fully illuminated, carrying the full weight of your Aries fire. You do not apologize, you let them squint. These 3 weapons are just the beginning of your defense. Because when the silent judgment returns, when the backhanded compliment tries to crack your armor, when the sudden exhaustion tries to convince you this transformation was a mistake, you must be completely anchored in the absolute certainty of your own power. You cannot fight an invisible war relying solely on instinct, while they study your every move. To map out what remains, you need the complete guide. That is why I am pointing you to the digital book, the great secret behind the spiritual envy against the sign of Aries. This is the ultimate map of protection, ensuring this new world never crumbles under their gaze again, shielding every single step of your expansion from those who want you to fail. I am not rushing you, I am warning you. Do not wait for the invisible siege to regroup before you map out your defenses. Do not let the people who fed on your stagnation find a new way to pull you back into the dark, just because you left the front door completely unprotected. This cosmic window will not stay open to accommodate hesitation, so secure your access in the first pinned comment before the energy shifts and seal your reality today. And now, I need you to stop learning for just a moment and start feeling. I want you to close your eyes for a moment, or just soften your gaze if you are somewhere you cannot close them. Drop your shoulders right now. Let go of that rigid tension you didn't even realize you were holding in your neck. Take one deep breath, very slowly. We have covered a lot of ground today, and I know this truth feels heavy because you have been carrying it entirely on your own for so long. But right now we are going to put it down. Feel the chair beneath you or the floor under your feet. Let the frantic noise of the outside world fade away completely. This is your space, Aries, and no envious energy is allowed inside this moment. You are safe here. You are anchored. I want you to feel the space right above your shoulders. For years, there has been an invisible, heavy ceiling pressing down on your neck, the accumulated weight of every envious look, every unspoken judgment, every layer of concrete poured over your fire to keep you buried in the dark. Now take a deep breath. Feel the sheer heat of your Aries fire rising from your core. Picture that immense heat hitting the concrete ceiling above you. Watch the stone crack. See the deep fractures spreading wildly across the surface, turning the heavy concrete into fine dust that simply blows away in the wind. Feel the sudden, exhilarating rush of open sky above your head. Your posture straightens instinctively. The invisible weight is entirely gone. Release the weight of the heavy stairs that tried to make you feel like a burden. Release the silent guilt for shining brighter than the room was prepared to handle. Release the deep-seated fear of being fully seen in all your magnificent power. Release the friendships and connections that only ever wanted you around when you were small, struggling and easy to control. The concrete is gone, and so is the debt. You are no longer the muted pioneer. You are the unstoppable force who blazes the trail with a voice that shatters the silence. You are no longer the exhausted warrior. You are the fierce protector, whose energy is endlessly renewed because you finally stopped fighting for those who drain you. You are no longer the hidden sun. You are the blazing, unapologetic core of your own universe, refusing to dim your light by a single watt for anyone's comfort. You are still processing this profound relief right now, feeling the absolute stillness that comes when a massive, suffocating weight is finally lifted off your chest. Before we seal this energy, write down below the name of someone you are carrying with you through this massive transformation. Or, if you are walking this path for yourself, write in one sentence what you are expecting the universe to return to you. I will read it. And you will not write this alone. Do not let go of this energy just yet. We are not finished. Stay with me. I seal the ground you walk on from this moment forward. I seal the fierce effort you pour into your boldest dreams, making sure no unseen drain can ever siphon your fire again. I seal the unbelievable transformation that is already rushing toward you, shielding it from any eyes that cannot bear your light. I watched you exhaust yourself, pushing against a brick wall for so long, secretly fearing that this sudden transformation might just be another illusion destined to crash. I felt every time you swallowed your own massive joy just to keep the peace, wondering why your greatest victories always arrived with a strange, heavy silence from those you trusted most. I saw you delete that message late at night because your intuition warned you the room wasn't safe for your joy. I witnessed the profound loneliness of holding back your brilliant fire, the silent instinct to shrink yourself the moment you felt the magnitude of your own breakthrough. I was there when you started doubting your own sanity, when you blamed your fierce nature for the sudden exhaustion that followed your biggest leaps forward. You thought you were fighting bad luck, but I saw the invisible spiritual siege wrapping tightly around your light, feeding on your stagnation. I saw every backhanded compliment you gracefully endured, and every friend who went completely quiet when you finally started winning. I watched the heavy pavement of spiritual envy being poured over you, designed to keep your massive potential buried safely in the dark, where it couldn't challenge their comfort. But I also saw the sheer heat of your core refusing to cool down under the pressure. The siege is broken because I shattered it for you, using the very fire you thought you had to hide. The transformation you are experiencing is not a fragile coincidence. It is my direct response to your unwavering resilience, and I am commanding this massive expansion to be yours alone. The innocent question designed to plant doubt ends here. The sudden reappearance of those who drain your fire ends here. The internal whisper telling you to hide your joy ends here. Aries has never been too impulsive. Aries is not envied for arriving first. Aries is envied for having the courage others spend their lives pretending to have. Don't let go yet. The universe has just told you. I saw you delete that message late at night because your intuition warned you the room wasn't safe for your joy. And that is exactly why I need to remind you of something before sealing. What was cut here today is real, and the freedom you feel right now is absolute. But tomorrow morning, the world will try to convince you that nothing has changed, and you will feel that phantom weight trying to settle back onto your neck just as the sky finally opens up. To ensure this armor never breaks, take this companion with you. The digital book, The Great Secret Behind the Spiritual Envy Against the Sign of Aries. It is waiting for you in the first pinned comment, entirely focused on anchoring the freedom you just claimed, so the siege can never rebuild its walls tomorrow. Do not let tomorrow morning test the armor you just forged without having the map in your hands. There are thousands of Aries listening to this right now, sitting in the exact same profound silence as you, feeling the exact same weight, finally lifting off their shoulders. If this voice found you today, subscribe to the channel, not for a number, but because the next message of this series will look exactly for those who have already crossed this first one. You are part of a massive, quiet wave of fire finally breaking through the stone, and you do not have to carry this immense light alone anymore. In the next video of this series, I will reveal the exact energetic sign that appears 3 days before a massive betrayal is exposed, and why almost every Aries completely ignores it. Do not miss it. And still in this video, Aries, before I seal this hour with you, I come back one last time to this request. You have walked with me this far. You have crossed every word, every revelation, every sign. And if at any moment of this message you felt the universe touch you, you know this video was not an accident. The voluntary donation link remains open in the first pinned comment, right below the digital book. Not as a charge, not as an exchange, but as a giving back from the one who received to the source this message came from. Any amount your heart points to, and the universe sees every gesture. The universe sees, and the universe multiplies over your home, over your days, over what you don't even know is about to arrive. This was my last request. I'll be waiting for you there. Thank you so much. And when the heavy stare tries to return, remember that the answer has a name, the great secret of spiritual envy, and it is already within your reach. The heavy pavement of spiritual envy could never contain the fire of your root, and the stone has finally shattered into dust under the sheer force of your emergence. Now you can let go. This message is complete. What was seen was seen. What was cut was cut. Walk light, Aries.